Hey friends, welcome back to the shop and to the
millions
people that are following along in Harold's build.
Not millions.
It's not millions?
It's not millions and millions. It's not. Wishful thinking. Maybe we'll get there one day, but it's not millions and millions.
Okay, all right. A guy can hope at least. For each of you, the dozens of people that are actually following along in Harold's build, it's been a minute that we've had an update for you. So this one is kind of an update on some of the things that we've been working with, the journey since our last video with Harold. And of course, by the thumbnail, you know exactly what we're going to tackle in today's episode. Okay, so we have taken him out on the road for a short distance shakedown and a long distance shakedown. We took him to a couple of shows. And hey, look at this cool hardware that we brought back. That's promising, very, very promising. And we've been chasing some gremlins. So the very first gremlin that we're trying to tackle are issues around the timing. In the first shakedown, we had some engine pinging that we needed to resolve. So we made some minor adjustments and changed the fuel over to premium, and both of those together solved that problem. The second issue was the run-on, or aka dieseling, where you would turn the key off and it would still stutter and jump and even backfire at times before it completely turned itself off. So what I did with that, because the RPMs were really high, I wanted to retard the distributor. However, I could only retard the distributor so far before it ended up hitting the transmission dipstick. So that's when I decided to just go ahead and scratch it all and start over from scratch. Find top dead center, go through the whole exercise of making sure that that is correct and getting the distributor exactly where it's supposed to be, or at least where I hoped it was supposed to be. And considering it's my first time working on the timing and distributors and all of that old school stuff, even with the hundreds of videos that are out there on it, there were still some things that I just didn't quite understand or that didn't line up with Harold. So at that point, I chose to do what a lot of folks would do.
I'll have to phone a friend.
So I reached out to our good friend Greg in Nova Scotia. So Greg has the same truck, the same motor, and has just been involved in building cars and motors for many, many years. So just the guy to be able to call and get on video and kind of walk through everything. Now we got everything back into place. He started up, and as was starting to work to try to get the timing dialed in, we ran into another problem, and that is the distributor moves when starting up. So regardless of how tight you bolt him down, it would end up moving. Let me show you what that looks like. So with that distributor spinning, and I was still on video with my friend Greg, the very first thing he asked was, is the hold down clamp chrome? And I'll be damned, ours is chrome. And apparently chrome is not good for those because it just is too slick of a surface, and regardless of how much you clamp down, you have the opportunity there for it to continue to spin. So recognizing that the issues that we're having with this distributor, this clamp, I just made the executive decision to completely restart and do something better. So the prior owner put on this generic no-name distributor. Looks like a big name brand, but it is not. So after a lot of research, we are going to upgrade to the PerTronix D1000 Flamethrower, as Dana likes to really call it.
Insert screaming eagle sound. Explosion.
Yeah, yeah. Very patriotic. So we're going to hope that this actually does better than our little cheap no-name brand that we've got in there right now. So we're going to go ahead and pull the distributor. I'm going to do my Mission Impossible pose of hanging down and turning the oil pump shaft to get this hopefully lined up in the exact same place as the other one is. And then
The test.
The test. We'll see if the magic happens. So we talked about the clamps and the clamp issue with the no-name brand. This is what it looks like. Looks pretty. And to an experienced eye, yeah, that would be great, like mine. So I purchased this off of Amazon. This is all one solid piece of billet that's made in the good old USA. That hopefully this right here should solve the spinning issue. Alright, PerTronix is in. I actually like the look of the black in there, just very unassuming. Alright, let's see if it actually turns over and starts. I'm speechless. Been fighting with this now for the past 2 months.
Only 2?
I think only 2. It may be a little bit more, to be honest. And as I'd said before, this came with the truck, and we didn't know any different on whether it was good or not. Clearly, there's areas that you should not skimp in. We like saving $1 or $2 in the number of bills that we have. This is not one of those areas you need to skimp.
Especially not with such a large engine.
Yeah.
Big performance, big power.
Yes, absolutely. No. Definitely not on a performance motor, performance built motor. These go as cheap as $50, $60. Cry once. Go ahead and pay the $300 for a much better one that fires up just like this one if you have everything else set up and dialed in correctly.
And actually holds timing.
Yes. Yeah, it doesn't continue to spin. Tick, 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 tick. And then you turn, and then it spins. Tick, 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 tick. Yeah, it doesn't do you any damn good at all.
It's a music box, right?
No, that's not the song that I want. Not at all. A huge shout out to our friend Greg. I cannot thank you enough for your time, your tutelage, and teaching me all about these things right here. So it's definitely great to have friends like that. Now we're going to hook up the timing light. We're going to make sure that it is dialed in exactly where we want it to be. We already know that it sounds much better, and I did not have to advance or retard this any at all after starting it up. It was just mint. Okay, so the plan was to dial in the timing. However, you know,
It never goes smooth.
no.
Why does it never go smooth?
Murphy camps out in this shop. It's just the way it goes.
Murphy's Bat Cave.
Yeah, Murphy's Bat Cave. So our cool little Innova timing light really just shit the bed on us. It started spitting out all different types of numbers, and it could not figure out what in the hell was going on. But then I noticed the clamp. This
It got a little cooked.
this deformation here is that's not supposed to be there. So it wasn't clamping correctly. It was no good. It was not working. So this in the trash like everything else that seems to break around here.
Except me.
Yeah, except for you. So of course I had to go to my favorite tool store.
Just yours?
Probably not. There's a lot of people that it's
I like it too.
yeah, it's good.
It's fine.
It's really good. And new timing light. And less expensive. And less electronics. It's just very basic.
Is it analog?
Well, it's got a little knob.
It's analog.
Yeah, that's just a little knob. No push buttons, no digital display.
Less things to melt.
Yeah, and half the cost. So much, much better. So we've got him dialed in right around 10 to 12 degrees, and he was happy. But then he wasn't again. So then we had problem number 2. We had him idling too high of an RPM. So he was like 14, 1500, way too high. So when we go to shut him off, dieseling again. So after messing with screws and trying to tweak things, I finally gave up.
And ignoring my advice to start over from scratch.
I didn't want to start over from scratch again. I already did it one time before.
What did we do?
Well, what I did before.
I'll have to phone a friend.
So our good friends Doug and his brother Marty actually came out, and they've been working on classics and hot rods for a long time. They have the ears that I don't have, you don't have.
Yet.
Yet. I'm definitely gaining those ears. So some adjustments of the carb idle screw, a little bit of more advance on the distributor, and then we took it out for a test drive. It's driving better, still not quite happy. So then they went ahead and adjusted our mixture screws, leveled them out the way they're supposed to be. Now he actually sounds like he's ready to go and not gasping for freaking air. And he's idling great. He's shutting off great. He's a happy old man.
And he didn't need to be retimed entirely.
Yes, didn't need to be done at all, thankfully, because I didn't want to have to go through that mess again. So it's great to have really good friends that are willing to come over and take a look and try to troubleshoot the issues that you've got. So thanks, Doug and Marty, for taking the time and coming over and help us out. And anytime you want more shots, come on over. So next episode, we'll do some other upgrades to the truck, as well as chasing down some of the other gremlins that we've got.
Yay!
More.
It's my favorite hobby.
Yes, yes. So thanks again for following along on the journey. We certainly appreciate it. And until next episode, take care, stay safe. We'll see you again soon.
Bye.
Bye.